Another big problem that I'm hearing about is leaders are coming to sessions saying that they have older generations on their team who work really hard for promotions, and that the older generations realize you have to work hard and be part of the grind to get a promotion. The younger generations might be brand new to the company, and in 6 months they want a promotion. So
Mhm.
the older generation feels that the younger ones have this feeling of entitlement. They don't have to work for what they get. How would a leader rectify that discrepancy?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think there's two sides to this one as well. So the first is I think those of us in the older generations, boomers and Generation X, we were in a workplace, we came up in a workplace that wasn't necessarily fair either, where you have to pay your dues and you have to do work that, maybe you don't feel like you need to keep doing this before you get promoted, or you see people who are already promoted because they're older and not because they're better at what they do. And I think sometimes we have this sense, this those of us who are older may have this sense of, we had to do this. These were the rules we had to play by, so you have to play by them too. So that can sometimes not work very well with the younger generations who are much more questioning of tradition and much less respectful of tradition. That said, nobody wants to be the 50-year-old in a workplace with the 25-year-old, immediately outranking them and making more money than them, just because they speak up about it. So I think the ways to work with this are to be very clear and answer questions that are often difficult to answer. What does it mean by paying your dues? I don't even like that phrase, but kind of what does it take for promotion to the next level? And what does that mean? And I think the places where this often becomes a challenge is businesses don't have clear guidelines. So they don't have, like in the military, for example, I'm a Army veteran, and they have rank. You have to have a certain time in service and a certain time in rank before you can be eligible for promotion. And then there's very clear criteria. You have to do this and you have to pass that and you have to do this. It's very clear. And in most organizations, it's not clear, and they don't have any time at organization or time and rank requirements. And it doesn't mean they have to. I'm not saying the military is the best way to do things, but at least it's clear or clearer. So answering those difficult questions, so for example, a younger person might say, I don't understand why I'm not a manager. And the older person may be thinking, well, you haven't had experience managing people. You don't seem to communicate well with people. You're not always following through, those kinds of things. There may be some actual concerns, but the older person or the senior person isn't comfortable sharing those concerns or having those difficult conversations that say, here are some things that I think would serve you well moving forward. And then, of course, the younger people might feel like those are unfair expectations, or how can I get the experience without getting the position and all that kind of stuff. So it gets very tangled up. That said, I think the way through it is have the difficult conversations and talk about how younger people can be successful moving forward, and the kinds of skills they need to learn and the kind of experiences they need to have that will make them more effective in those senior positions.